previously on.
I'm a big believer of buying 10,000 hours.
I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own.
You brought demand before the supply was there.
You hear things about like joining a team,
Right.
that's a scam. It's like one of those pyramid things.
Right.
At the time you would think $50,000 was a lot of money.
It was.
Right.
That was my dream. Let's connect the demand to the supply, which is exactly what you did, and the rest was history.
This time,
It's 112 million Americans with a credit score below 650. The prices of everything have typically risen, but people's
100%.
paycheck hasn't risen.
If you really do care about financial literacy, if you really do want to help us, and I'm already struggling financially, why can't you just help me for free?
Affiliate marketing, I love it. I think it's one of the ways that people can literally change their life by buying into something that can literally help them financially.
With a little help and a little wealth and a lot of love, that's a life that we live, suits and scrubs.
Product and services, we talked about the affiliate marketing part. Let's dive deeper into that. So what would you say to people that give affiliate marketing a bad rep? Like how would you respond to that? Like, I know how you feel because I see your Facebook posts or whatever, and your Facebook posts can, I listen, you're very transparent, and I'm, you tell people like, listen, just over broke, JOB, keep doing your thing, but you're being honest, but and it's changed your life. So I know we'll talk about the successes of that in a second, but yeah, tell me about how you feel about the affiliate marketing piece, and if people want to have an additional income and to recruit people who need credit help and all that.
Yeah, and I don't want us to be focused on recruiting people that need credit help. I told you we're much larger.
100%. But that's your flagship, though. You have to agree with that.
We do a lot of business credit too.
Yeah.
I would say you would probably label credit as the flagship product because it's 112 million Americans with a credit score below 650. Right? And those numbers may have changed up or down slightly, but theoretically, 112 million people with the credit score below 650. And when you look at the status of the economy, and we're gonna go down that too deeply, but the prices of everything have typically risen, but people's
100%.
paycheck hasn't risen.
Right.
So what happens is people start using credit. They start using credit cards. They max out credit cards. Then they can't pay them because they literally just over broke. People work hard enough so they don't get fired. Typically, companies gonna pay you just enough so you don't quit, and you go into this cycle to where now a tire blow, battery out, now you done exhausted your resources, and now you literally paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
So what was the question again?
Yeah, no worries. So the question was, what would you say to people about the affiliate marketing?
Yeah. So affiliate marketing is a life changer because, and can I go back for just 1 second?
Sure.
Uninterrupted, because I need people to understand things that we were taught in school. Let me ask you too, because I'm gonna just interview you briefly. Do you know who controlled or founded the Board of Education?
I don't.
So John D. Rockefeller, you probably heard of Rockefeller, right?
For sure.
So Rockefeller paid millions of dollars back in the early 1900s to take control of the Board of Education. And what he wanted to do was to remove financial literacy from the schools. He wanted to create a world of workers. You can fact check.
I want to fact check that.
I know you are.
And guys listening, no, this is why my wife knows this. My number one love language is, love languages, right? You're a very well-rounded individual.
Physical touch, by the way.
No, most men think they are. And we'll talk more about that off camera. But mine is, I'm all of them equally, which just makes so perfect. But mine is quality conversation.
Yeah.
And if someone can mentally fuck me, I am all there.
All there.
You can say
Yeah.
fuck, by the way, on the podcast.
Okay. I can curse?
Yeah, you can curse. Do whatever you want. Be you. But no, I did not know that. And that I don't get fucked a lot mentally. So I'm going to cheers you.
Let's do it.
I'm going to cheers you to that. That was a good one.
Orgasmic.
Yeah.
No Diddy.
Right. So no, I appreciate you sharing that. That's some real gem. That actually might be a reel. That might be one of my reels.
Yeah. So to continue that, he founded the Board of Education. He wanted to create a world of workers, not a world of thinkers. That's why the school system is set up the way that it is. You got to be there at a certain time. In other words, he wanted to produce a world that was manufactured around production, which is why he became the world's first billionaire.
Right.
Because he adopted the mindset that you had to go to school, get a job, work hard, 40 hours a week, every month, every year, year over year, and retire broke. That's a 40-40-40 rule. You work 40 hours a week for 40 years and retire y'all 40% of your income when people can't live off 100% of their income.
Right.
But he also said people who work a lot have no time to make money. That's
right.
deep. So fast forward, you know, when people look at, and I said before, you know, you don't know any 9-to-5 workers that's wealthy. So as it relates to affiliate marketing, and if you look up network marketing, if you look at the numbers, man, that's a $180 billion industry annually.
Massive.
To put that into perspective, the NFL is less than 15 billion, the
Right.
entire NFL.
Right.
But network marketing, 180 billion.
I think Amwell's
So-
like 60 billion of that, by the way. They own like 1/5 of that share. So
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Right. So when you think of affiliate marketing, man, it's just as simple as, man, your hair look nice. Who cut your hair?
Right.
Right. You tell me who cut your hair. I go
It
get a
does look good,
haircut.
don't it? This is a $150 haircut.
Yeah,
by
it's
the way.
about 4 days old, but you know.
It is about 4 days old. You see this line in it?
Yeah.
I knew he was coming, so I had to like, you know. I'm just kidding. Actually, I did this. I went to Japan. I told them I want to look like an anime character, and then they did this. I had like push it forward, whatever. But yeah, it went
Nah, it's dope. I mean, if I could grow the beard and
yeah,
stuff like
man,
that.
that beard's
I
bearded.
would.
I know, like the
Yeah.
mustache is kind of new, so you know, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, man. But seriously, like, you know, affiliate marketing, network marketing, it gives you the opportunity to earn more. I mean, I even tell people, bro, if I break down the numbers, and I give you one example, excuse me, with one credit client, let's say you help one person a week, what's the average raise you would say on a typical job? You know, people work hard. They have, let's say they fit in the top quality of their peers and they get a percentage of a raise. Dollar amount, how much is that raise per hour?
Usually, it's like 3% of. They try to keep it up with inflation.
Right. So what is that, like $2?
Right.
Usually it's not even $2.
Right.
But for people that are struggling, if you help one credit client a week in affiliate marketing, you just made a referral. Like you told me who cut your hair. I go get, you didn't get any compensation by telling me who, the guy got more business.
Right.
But the same with credit. If I help a credit client, just one, this is for an average person, not even somebody of my caliber, you just add an extra $100 a week to your paycheck. If you divide that by 40, which is the amount of hours one typically work, that's a $2.50 raise that you gave yourself just by being in an affiliate marketing company.
Right.
And this is at the dummy level of selling a product that people need. We're not selling makeup.
Right.
We're not selling jewelry, something that people want. We're not selling travel. We're offering a solution to people's problem that can change the trajectory of their life.
So what you would say, obviously you've been impacted by this, and let's talk about, because I think like I'm a big fan of using examples, very specific examples. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about your successes. You know, I actually had, like, I don't know if I uploaded here, but I saw one of your paychecks or one of your checks from Nove, and you know, you posted on Facebook, so I'm just going to go ahead and read it here because, you know, but I do my research though. Again, so you should be flattered that I'm stalking your ass doing this podcast, right? So, all right. So March, you were making 7,600. February, you were making 6,146. January, you're at 7,800. And then your commission for the week of March 20th was 1,500. Your car bonus is 400. Your comp 315 was 4,000. So you're making like $8,000 plus a month on this.
Yeah.
So I did a whole segment on this, and I really want to lean into it. And I did a whole part 2. You better watch the episode when I send it to you.
Okay.
And it's called Get Rich Quick Scheme, right? Multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing. They use people like you as poster boards. But Ken, be real with the people. How hard have you worked to get to that level? But you're helping people. I'm not negating that. But how hard did you work? You're lying. You went out there, you hustled, you bustled, you did this. I see you in speaking engagements all the time. You're out there winning. So, but you did it. And you're only going to go up from here. Like Dave Ramsey did a whole thing, and I did a whole segment on this. Dave, this is why I had you on the show. You know, and I know we talked about this before. It wasn't because of any, you know, I'm not pandering here. I'm the real transparent person. Hopefully that translates well on camera, on podcast. But, you know, I wanted to have a real life person who has done this. You worked your ass off, Kent, to get here. And so when you post things like that, you show people what can be. Was it a get rich quick scheme? Was it an overnight success?
I will say it's going to look like it happened overnight.
Exactly.
But what I will say is, you know, and I like giving analogies too, man, because, you know, sometimes people do look at the surface level. They may see the Facebook post of making $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. This is net income, by the way.
Right. But after taxes, just in case, right?
Yeah. This is what you bring home.
Right. By the way, like just to be like,
Yeah.
my listeners are smart, but sometimes they don't, I know what you're saying, but I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so anything in life worth having gonna take work. I don't know how religious people are, but the Bible says a man don't work, don't eat.
Right.
So think about, and I'm gonna answer your question,
Yeah.
but I want people to think about ones who work a traditional job. They get up every day, they go to work 8 hours a day, every day. Not including the investment. See, most people look at business and think, oh, I gotta invest to start a business. They don't look at the time that they wake up in the morning to get ready, get breakfast, commute to work. That's an investment because your company isn't paying you for that. But the point is they'll work hard every month, every year, and be barely making it. So anything you do is going to require work, right? So as an entrepreneur, it's a different mindset. It's just that nobody's going to make you get up in the morning. Nobody's going to make you be coachable. Right. If you're coachable, you can make it. If you consistent, you can make it. See, the thing about Kent, since you want to talk about me, is that I showed up. I was ignorance on fire. I understood that, hey, if this is true, because at first I was skeptical, right? But I wanted to help people so they can buy a house. But the more people I helped, the more money I started making. The more people I started help making money, the more money they made, the more money I continued to make. So that's why one of our mottos is, if we're all winning, who's losing?
Right. You say that a lot.
Yeah, we say that a lot. So yes, it does take work, but anything in life takes work.
Exactly.
How much did you get paid to go to college?
I'm paid negative.
But you went 4 years.
Right.
But some people get into something like this and they have the mindset that they gonna get rich quick and they quit in 2 months.
Right.
Why couldn't when you started this new job at AT&T for $17.50 an hour, you didn't quit in 2 months? See, people be attached to the outcome. They go, they show up because they want to get paid. But see, in this industry, you have to show up every day for yourself, for your family, for your kids. That's why I identify when people say, I don't just want to work with anybody.
Right.
What is your why? Why did you start?
Right.
What would the extra income do for you? But also, why must you not quit?
Right.
Are you coachable? Right. Because that's one of the biggest things. So back to your question, no, everything looks glorified, but yeah, I go to speaking engagements. They don't just put me at the front to make things look good. When I came into Nova,
They make them look good though.
Yeah, I make them look good.
You should be charging, give a certain look about you.
Yeah, but so when I transitioned in Nova and even in UWE, man, I wasn't one of the big dogs. I was a vice president in that company.
Right.
I still wasn't making what some of these other leaders are making.
Right.
But we literally give you a pen, Zach, and you get to write your own check. Most people have fear, and I call fear false evidence appearing real, because they'll listen to the naysayers. They'll listen to people that says, oh, that's just a scam. Oh, that's just a pyramid. Right. And it's like, and let me just touch on pyramid, for example. Do you have a boss? Let me just ask.
For sure.
Yeah, you got a boss. Do they have a boss?
Mm-hmm.
But you also say you oversee people as well, right? Now your boss's boss, do he report to anybody? Pyramid. All corporate successful companies have a pyramid structure. A pyramid structure and a pyramid scheme are two different things.
That's true.
You have a CEO at the top. You have, presidents, vice presidents, middle management, supervisors, team leads, and you got the hardworking people at the bottom. That's in any corporate structure. Now, pyramid scheme is more so when you're just recruiting people to buy into something that needs to go recruit more people to buy into something, and there's no product.
Right.
Like I don't know if you remember the blessing loom they had a few years ago, where it's like, if you pay $60 and you get two other people to pay 60, then your turn to come in the middle, you get in
$5,000.
Right. That's a Ponzi scheme.
Right.
It's a pyramid scheme.
For sure.
But see, in our industry, of course, you can recruit people, like-minded individuals that want to help other people, that want to earn additional income. And we can coach you and teach you and mentor you to do the exact same thing that's duplicatable and earn extra income. Like me by myself, it's no way I can help 100 million people get their credit fixed. Right. But me and a team of 1,000 probably still won't even scratch the surface of helping that many more people. So as you have products that are high in demand, you can honestly make a living. So back to the affiliate marketing. I mean, I love it. I think it's one of the ways that people can literally change their life by buying into something that can literally help them financially. Right.
But it wasn't overnight.
No, it wasn't.
You showed up.
I had to show up every day. And my mindset came too from just being a realtor. If I don't show up, if I don't market myself, if I don't get a real estate client, if I don't sell a house, I'm not going to get paid. Right. And I never made as much money as I'm making now that I did with any corporate job that I had. 100%. And I had some great corporate jobs.
Right. 100%. And so Dave Ramsey said this in the quote. So maybe I'll link that to this episode. He says in this industry, you know, you see the people like Kent, you see the people like, you know, the level 2 car bonus and all that. And we didn't get into all the bonuses. I don't know if we even have enough time to get into all that, but it'd be great to maybe have you back if you're willing to come back. You know, but I would say that for that specific example, you worked really, really hard. And Dave Ramsey says he knows people that makes $1 million a month, you know, doing this, you know, type of work. But you have to be tough as nails, and, you know, and it's a big push on recruiting to get to that level. But at the same time, what's interesting about your business model, and I'm being educated because I didn't even know this, you know, because I didn't want to be too prepared here. But I did not know that there was a 2 option here. So you can take advantage of the services. You don't have to recruit people. You can just fix your credit and move on. But also, you know, if you want to be part of, you know, making money and all the other things, then you can be part of that organization.
Yeah, with or without building a team.
Exactly, with or without building a team, 100%. And so yeah, I just want to share with the people that it's possible. It's definitely possible. I mean, you're living proof. It's possible. What would you say to people, though, that, and this is pretty controversial, and so this is more the controversial side of things, you know, not that we haven't touched that already, right? But not too bad. So what would you say to people that, hey, you know, my credit score's 500 or 600, you know, I can't even pay my credit cards. Like, what? I can't even pay you guys. So, you know, I'm seeing you posting about your cars and this, that, and the other. I'm over here making, or, you know, yes, you're helping my credit, but like, what would you say to people that say that you're preying on people who are the unfortunate or less fortunate based upon their credit and their financial literacy? What would you say to people like that?
Yeah, so one, I don't prey on anyone. You know, I make, you know, social media posts and engage in conversations to educate people. Sometimes people just don't know what they don't know. Right. So if somebody feel like, and I always say that, and I tell my team all the time, you know, you never want to make people feel like you need them more than they need you, because typically they're not going to do it anyway.
Right.
But helping you with your credit, how does that benefit me? I make $100 if I help you with your credit. But now you're able to refinance your house.
Right.
You're now able to refinance your car, or maybe go buy a car with a 3% rate versus an 18.99% rate.
Right.
Now you're able to provide your family a better lifestyle because now you got more cash flow from not overpaying, because you're going to pay one way or the other.
Right.
But if you don't invest in getting your credit fixed, you're going to pay those high interest rates. So for someone that says that, you know, I just think they need to be a little bit more educated on how the process is actually helping you, not benefiting me, because I don't think it goes hand in hand with I'm helping someone with their credit, but they seeing me post about all the cars or the bonuses and things of that nature, because it's cumulative.
Right.
I have a large team at this point.
Right.
So my bonuses is not just off what Kent does. This is what me and my entire organization does. Now, if that's more of a question like, hey, well, people that want to make money see me making a lot of money, but if they join the business, they not making that kind of money. And I would say, you know, let's just dummy it down. Sometimes $200 a week helps cover childcare for a parent. $500 a month. I know you see $7,000-8,000 I make a month. It's about to be more than that because I'm about to get promoted again, by the way. But
well, congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, hard earned.
Yeah, hard earned. You know, but in a month or two you'll see another promotion. But the point is, what can $500 do for a family that's struggling? Most people after they get paid don't even have an extra $500 a month. Maybe they need another vehicle because their vehicle knocking. You know, there's always need repairs. Extra $500 can help somebody go to a car lot and get approved for a car. So we're really out here changing lives, man. And I can tell you somebody that's very close to me that got into the industry that was facing eviction, that credit cards maxed out, credit score shot, broke, couldn't get a job. They didn't even have the money to get started as an affiliate. They didn't have a 349 to start. But they borrowed the money to start in the business. And now they're a 6-figure earner. Now they get a monthly bonus, $2,000 every month from the work that they did just by being coachable and taking a bet on themselves. Those are the type of testimonies that people need to hear. Not so much, oh, well, he glorified, he making all this money. It's about the lives also that I'm changing, earn additional income. I got people on the low levels that only do about 6 to 8 hours a week that's getting a $750 monthly bonus. They're not making the money I'm making. But that can change somebody's life 100%. Off 6 to 8 hours a week.
100%.
So anyway, I'll turn
No. You put yourself out there, and I think that you're giving some stories, you know, and I'm just trying to show this from a 360 angle so we can tackle everything. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, we got to be 100% real here. at the end of the day's going to end.
They owe it.
Right. What do you say to those people that, hey, if you really do care about financial literacy, if you really do want to help us, and I'm already struggling financially, why can't you just help me for free?
In terms of what product? Credit?
Yeah. Like, there's so many product and services here, and that's an hour show. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
But no,
let's
let's
just say credit.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm not a non-profit organization. I'll start there. I'm in business for profit. I don't know too many businesses that's out there for profit. That's like going to McDonald's and saying, hey, I'm hungry. You make a lot of food. In fact, you throw a lot of food in the garbage every night. Why not just give me those Big Macs? They tell you to get the hell out their stove. Mm-hmm. Because in America, there's supply and demand. But also, there's a lot of things you can do yourself. I mentor a lot of people for free.
Right.
But the thing is, man, I can't care more about a person's situation than they care about it themselves. You probably heard the saying, you can lead a horse to the water,
Right.
but you can't make them drink.
You know what Wise Man once said, and
what's that?
I'm leaning into this because this is 100% true. By the way, this is not Zach's opinion. This is not Zach's view. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Yeah. I'm just representing the positives and the constructive criticisms that I've read and I've done research on. And this is why you're here, right? To talk about these things and to get into these roots, right? But I'm a big follower of someone who's a huge influencer who was going to sell their course for like $200. And he has a billionaire mentor. When you say mentors, I have a 40-page ebook. It's free, by the way. If you go to SusanScrubbsPodcast.com, you got to give me your email, but you get the free ebook. I would actually like you to read it to let me know what you think about it. Okay. It's the staircase to wealth, like what steps to take. Well, number one, you do got to fix your credit first before you even go there. That's a whole other thing. And I realize I have a hole there. I probably should plug that hole. But he was in charge of $200, and his billionaire said, "Why don't you charge $1,500 to $3,000?" And he's just like, "Huh?" And he realized that when he charged $200 per course, he had a 60% success and commitment rate. Mm-hmm. But when someone put up $3,000, they had 100% completion rate.
Value.
So I'm backing you up on that, yeah. and I'm meaning like you aren't for free, but I'm just representing the people that are not talking. But I understand what you're saying, and I can see that view too.
Yeah, and believe it or not, man, we give out free educational classes. I do Zooms.
You do.
We have Zooms almost every day.
I see you.
I do live events.
I see you.
Yeah,
we see each other.
People can come out to the events. We give people free value, free advice, and what you do with it is up to you. Now, if you want to partake and I have a whole staff. I have credit experts. We do consultations. We do onboarding. You get access to credit monitoring. Those services cost.
Right.
So I can't just
technologies.
Right. I can't just give them to you for free because now.
How much does this podcast cost me a month?
Probably about $3,000.
$4,500.
$4,500.
I'm not making money.
Right.
I'm going to help people, but
which is why you can't pay me.
Right. Well, you should be paying me because I'm giving you all kind of good PR over here. But no, yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. And so yeah, I appreciate you walking through some of this and just some of the quick facts and some of the things I've done. Like 99% of affiliate marketing firms fail. Noeva's been in business for how long?
Since 2014.
2014, wow. And you guys are still going strong.
Listen, we are
99% fail, by the way. That's you guys are a success story.
Yeah, we are. We're an Inc. 5000 company.
I see that.
One of the fastest growing companies in the country. And in fact, we're number 903, 3 years in a row. We also just been accepted into the Direct Sales Association, which is an association that governs how companies do business, making sure they're ethical, making sure that the proper processes, making sure we're not a pyramid scheme, those type of things. Direct Sales Association, we're now part of.
There.
Yep. So, yeah, man. I hate it for other companies that have failed.
Right. No, you guys are doing strong.
Yeah.
But it always starts with a good team, and I think you are a good representation of that. And you go hard for this company. There's like, listen, you go hard, But it sounds like to me the company's been very good to you. So you go hard because they go hard for you, and you create opportunities where things don't. And I respect that. So last two like controversial questions, and then we can just end. So. For any regulatory scrutiny, any past, or I know you talk about, which I appreciate you doing that. Yeah. UAE, you are 100% real. Any regulatory scrutiny with this company?
None.
Wow.
We follow everything.
Next question.
To the T, man. Yeah, I mean, I
And
will give
I
them.
fact checked that. So honestly, if you all don't agree with that, drop a comment. But I fact checked it. I honestly couldn't find anything either.
Yeah, no,
The only ethical, well, not only, but there's the ethical concern that keeps coming up, and some of the things that we see is just the aggressive marketing, the aggressive pushing. I mentally know your answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway because at this point I know your journey, your story here. But what would you say about aggressive marketing, aggressive sales tactics? That was, the last company, right? And
they wasn't aggressive. Let's just be clear on that. It was some of the complaints that drove the audit.
Right.
They wasn't aggressive. We didn't make outbound soliciting of
Right.
to be an affiliate or to be
Right.
to fix their credit. But
no, and I appreciate you, but perception is reality. Unfortunately, that's just listen. Perception is reality, even though that may not be the case. Now, what would you say for that perspective? How would you respond, to that?
to someone thinking that we're like pushy.
Yeah, it's like really pushy,
Yeah.
but you're not focusing on fixing my credit. You're not focusing on my services. You're focusing on me investing, to build this business and this affiliate marketing and all this other stuff. Like what would you say to
Yeah, I got
responses
you.
to that?
Yeah, so number one is, and let's be clear, you're speaking right now to the number one recruiter in Nove,
So,
in Kent Williams. And
so
I'm
I'm,
not
speaking,
aggressive.
I'm in good company.
You're in good company. I'm the number one recruiter in the company, as in 2023. It's probably going to be a new person in 2024. There's a lot to keep that up for 2 years consecutively, but
Hey, it's they say it's easy to get to the top, but it's harder to stay there.
yeah, well, the good thing about our industry, everybody can get to the top.
They gotta knock you down though.
No, believe it or not, I'm not even near the top. My mentor, Mr. Joe Gathens, out of Chicago. Shout out to Mr. Joe Gathens, go get us. But listen, $20,000 a month, $750 car bonus. You see what I'm saying? I'm just at $4,000 a month, $400 car bonus. So, but he paved the way that we see that it's possible. But anyway, back to the I think the naysayers. I got a short, mind in terms of remembering stuff. But
Yeah, so the
but we're
ethical
not pushing.
standards around like marketing and
So we're looking for people that are looking for us. As the number one recruiter, man, I can say myself, I'm not very pushy. I don't want to convince somebody or aggressively pursue them to join my team. Now, part of the marketing is like, hey, if you're looking for additional income, if you're looking to work from home, if you want to get paid weekly, if you want a monthly bonus, if you want to be a part of a culture
by helping people.
that appreciates you, that rewards you, that will celebrate you, then this may be a good fit for you. And we have a process of how we do that. So if we pique someone's interest and they're interested, we just want to show them what it is we do. That's how we do the Zooms or the PBR, which is live.
Right.
We expose them to the services, the products, and all the different ways we get paid. We get paid over 12 different ways. Right. If it's a fit for them, then we encourage them to get started because that's the best way to get ahead, is to get started. And we all know that procrastination is the single biggest dream killer of all time.
It is.
So if you're telling me that you need money, that you're struggling, you're looking to be a part of a culture, and you don't have $350 to start a business, because that's one of the drawbacks. I got to pay $350 to start a business. But yeah, this is not a job. We be very clear on that. So there's no tricks or something that we're hiding before you join. No, everything up front. And the investment to start is significantly low.
Right.
Which
it comes with
I don't like.
It becomes services but you're helping them, you're investing in them, you're giving them mentorship and all the things. So yeah, I'm with you on this, honestly. I'm trying to play like the other side of the fence because you're so for it, and I got to be the other side. But I'm with you on that 100%. I'm with you on that because check this out. I've started many businesses. This is one of four, and it ain't cheap. And being an entrepreneur is very, very difficult, right? And so if there's an opportunity out there that number one is legal. This is legal. Right. And it's an opportunity to take a supply and demand and connect them, which you do, then I think people should take advantage. I think people should take advantage if they're willing to put in the work, for sure. So I will back you up on that. And that's just general advice for everything, not for, because I will say this, I'm looking directly into the camera, and we didn't talk about this, but kind of my closing thoughts here is, I'm not a big fan of debt, guys. I think debt is the biggest tax on our underserved communities. I'm a big, big believer in that. Some people I follow, debt is a 4-letter word. Debt is ingrained in our society and our culture. That is a good thing. And I think it's a bad thing because I look at debt across many different groups, financial literacy, and this is all circles of life, and I think that it can be very, very harmful. And if you're not responsible with your credit, if you're not responsible for your debt, then that can lead to really big problems in the future. And guess what? You pay someone else to get richer. And I told this to one of my friends. If you guys checked out the podcast episode, he's an ex-NFL football player. He's in financial ruin. That's the title of the episode. I'm going to help him with this. And, I think that some of that is irresponsible. But if you are in a position of this, I think that if you don't feel comfortable doing it alone, I think there's some opportunities out there, and the ones that you're speaking of. And then if you want to make additional income to lead people there, Cancer Man.
Absolutely. And I will touch on that too, which we didn't touch on this particular service, but we do have a debt relief service, which if a customer has $12,500 minimum in unsecured debt, then we can get that debt reduced in half and also reduce their monthly payments in half as well and get them completely out of debt within about 18 months.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. And like my experiences is if someone, and a lot of people do this attractively through the HELOC process, which I'm a fan of HELOCs, but usually people who get HELOCs are irresponsible with debt in the beginning, and they do it to get out of debt. And then they have 50, 100,000 on top of their credit card debt, and they're just not responsible, right? And so, that's my words of wisdom to people. That's how I want to wrap up the episode. But I do believe that if you want to fix your credit, there's opportunities to do it yourself. Like you said, go do it, right?
If you can do it yourself, do it. We encourage you to.
Right. But if you need some help, and if you want to help other people draw people into that, then, reach out to Ken. I'll drop his information and put it in the show notes in there. Any final words that you want to share with people?
Yeah, man, I just say, don't believe everything that you read. Definitely get with the industry expert. I'm always here to help anybody. There's no obligation, for my credit program or business credit or affiliate marketing. But, if you're seeking additional income, if you're seeking a different lifestyle, you want to elevate, and you just understand that your job is not going to get you to the next level, then definitely always just keep an open mind, because I'm telling you, these opportunities can change your life.
Absolutely. And you are a lion in your industry. Like, how many hours a week do you work?
Honestly,
doing this?
About 18 or 20.
Okay.
I know.
But it's in the later hours, so that way it appears to be more. But again, you show up, you're consistent, which is key, and you put in the hours. Like it looks like an overnight success, but no. Yeah. I see you going like this.
Yeah, I mean, most of the work is on your phone or on the computer.
Right.
You're on your phone 80% of the day anyway, besides when you sleep. So if you can copy and paste, I know this sounds very low level, but if you can copy and paste, you can show up, get trained, be coachable, and willing to help people, you can make a lot of money. But some people say, listen, well, I don't think that's for me, but also they don't think that their job is for them either, but they show up every day. So really it's a mindset thing. Yeah. So if they can, have an open mind and willing to learn and grow, then definitely I can help them.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. I appreciate you sharing that. So those are our final thoughts for this episode, guys. So let us know what you think about this. If you guys, again, a big, big, big thank you for Kent to be on here. We walked through product and services. We walked through some of the naysayers, the ethical, the regulatory. We talked about your story. And we also talked about like what's fair and what transformation looks like from a financial literacy perspective.
Absolutely.
And no stone left unturned here, because we dug deep into this, Yeah. And honestly, like, a lot of people won't do that, and I really do respect that, and I really do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Keep being you, keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it, man. It's
Absolutely.
all about educating the people.
That's right. That's right. And listen to this podcast. You can also get educated too. All right, guys. So that's the wrap for this episode. So a little health, a little wealth, a lot of love. I'm gonna get you, man. I'm gonna get you. We're gonna do it again. A little health, a little wealth, a lot of love. Yeah, let's get it. Ow, ow. All right.
He's on the hustle, she's on the grind. There's no time to kill. We're saving lives and new deadlines, and there's some holes to fill. With a little health and a little wealth and a lot of love. That's a life that we live. Suits and scrubs.